quickly, just wanted to let you guys know before we get into the video, on my Patreon this month, some of the videos that are going to be on there is how to get into the porn industry, how to give the best blowjob ever. We also have the drama and tea on the surveillance video that I had posted up and then deleted. So if you ever want to know about that, all of those videos are exclusive videos for Patreon only. So I will also leave that link down below if you guys are interested in checking it out. And majority of the videos on Patreon are videos that we can't put on YouTube because they're too racy. So they're over there if you guys want to check them out. That right now we're doing a huge blowout sale for my makeup. So my eyeshadow bundle and my Kindness Slippy, you can actually get both for only $10 until it sells out, and I think there's only like 1,000 units left. So I'm gonna leave a link down below. All you have to do is use code ROSEFAM for the discount, and you just pay the $10 plus shipping. So if you guys want to get my makeup before it's gone forever, go ahead and check out that link. Okay, oh my god, I'm so grossed out right now. Hi you guys, I'm Channon Rose, and in today's video, I am doing a part 2 of my porn Q&A. I did a part 1 to this, or just like a regular video, and you guys wanted a part 2. So I figured since YouTube did not take that video down, like why not? So I am answering your questions that you guys sent to me on Instagram, and there was one that like literally made me almost want to vomit and throw up in my mouth. I can't put it here because again, YouTube will most likely remove this video and give me a strike. Okay, so I'm gonna answer the best of my ability as many questions as I can that you guys sent in without this video getting removed. And then most likely what I'm gonna do is answer the ones that are too racy for me to talk about on here. I will put those in a separate video and put them over on my Patreon in case any of you guys wanna see those. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. The first question is, how do you remove butt hair for an anal scene? So that's pretty simple. You could either just shave it, and if you can't see in the shower, you can like feel around there to like shave it off, or you can have it waxed. Someone else will do it for you. It's much easier. And then if you don't want to get it waxed and can't figure it out shaving in the shower, just grab a mirror and a razor and just freaking open your legs and use the mirror, and there you go. Hopefully that helps. Okay, next question is, are you worried that Snow will be bullied because of your past in porn? You know what, honestly, I really don't think so. I feel like kids these days, and especially like when Snow's age and as they're getting older, I feel like the world's gonna be a different place when Snow gets older. So I really don't think she'll get bullied because of that. And if she does, like, you know, obviously we'll deal with that when the time comes, but I'm not worried about it, if that makes sense. Especially because by then, people probably will not know that I even did porn. It's gonna be so long. Like, it was so long ago, you know? But again, if they do, we'll deal with it when the time comes. Do other parents judge you for doing porn in the past? Yeah, I'm sure they do. None that I hang out with, though. What was your favorite thing about doing porn? So I've kind of answered this before, but I think like one of my favorite things was being able to just have such an open and free schedule, have a lot of money to be able to travel, and it was a really cool experience for me. Do you prefer doing scenes with boys or girls? So that's a great question. I love boys and girls. I have boys and girls, like guys and girls, but when it comes to doing porn, I definitely preferred doing scenes with boys because it's less work. It's actually a lot easier doing a boy-girl scene, in my opinion. How many shoots do you think you've done? Ooh, I don't know. Let's Google it. I'm Googling a bunch of porn. Hold on. Ooh, that is an ugly picture of me. That is not cute. There's a lot. I can't even. I thought that like it would tell me somewhere, but fucking porn is pulling up on my phone now. Oh my gosh. I'm too nauseous from the medications I'm on. It's making me sick looking at my own porn. All right, let's not do that anymore. A lot. I think like over 300. Man, there's so many racy ones. Like I can't answer these on here. Ugh, it's so annoying that I have to like make a whole separate video to put on Patreon just to answer some of these. For instance, can every girl squirt? If so, how do you do it to yourself? Like I can't tell you and like show you on here because this video will get taken down. So I'm gonna have to do that in a separate video and put it on Patreon. I'm really sorry. This is not my fault. This is YouTube, so don't get mad at me. Oh, did you ever have to do a scene with a guy another girl in porn was dating? Yes, and it's actually pretty awkward, to be honest. Someone said, while doing a scene, can you stop if you feel uncomfortable or if they're too rough? Absolutely. And if for some reason you're filming with a company that like doesn't let you stop, that's not a reputable company and you shouldn't be working with them in the first place. But as long as you have a good agent and you know you trust them to book you with reputable companies, you shouldn't have this problem. But absolutely, if you feel uncomfortable in any situation, you should be able to like stop, you know? How are pregnancies prevented in the porn industry? Birth control. So let me be more specific. Most people would take birth control or, you know, some sort of like contraceptive device. Is there anyone you did a scene with that you regret? Absolutely. I talk all about it in my book. Did you find it harder dating people feel when you were doing porn? Totally. At least when I was in, I did, because I was dating guys that like obviously didn't want me to do porn and date them. So that was difficult for me. And also I was extremely insecure about trying to date while doing porn, because I just in my mind thought no one wanted to date me because I did porn, and that the only people that like wanted to hook up with me was only just like a hookup. Like they didn't want a relationship with me, you know? They're like, oh yeah, I want to like hook up with a porn star, but I don't want to date one, you know what I mean? So it was definitely difficult for me. Do you regret anything that you did for a porn video? Oh gosh, yes. You know, I always say like I don't regret doing porn, but there are certain things I did while in porn or for porn movies that I regret now. One of those things that's become like a huge scandal was the whole me stepping on like a crawfish, like the fetish videos I did. I definitely regret doing those, obviously. So yeah, I regret that. I also regret the time that I did a scene that gave me gonorrhea. So that was definitely another scene I regretted. That's really all I can think of off the top of my head. How much were you paid for your last gig? So the last porn stuff or adult related stuff that I did was my fetish work, and I was actually contracted. So I was a contract girl for a fetish company, and I am trying to think of like what exactly it was. So how it worked was I only worked with this company, and I would shoot a certain amount of scenes for them that I needed to, you know, shoot for them during that month. And I believe that I was making $5,000 a month to shoot like, I think it was like 3 scenes a week, and they gave me free housing. You know, I lived in like this like mansion. Oh, and I like they paid for my nails to get done, you know, my hair, they took me out to dinner. Like they really spoiled me a lot. And the company, if anyone's curious, was called American Mean Girls. They used to be Miami Mean Girls, but then they switched to American Mean Girls, and I don't know if they're still around or not, but hopefully that answers your question. What's the worst smell you've ever encountered during a scene? Oh God, I've encountered a lot of horrible smells doing porn. The absolute worst one was the scene that I did with a chick that had gonorrhea, and I didn't know it because her test was totally clean. That was probably one of the worst smells. And I didn't obviously know she had it. I just thought she had like a really bad bacterial infection, because girls that do porn get them all the time. It's just like a common thing. But this was like really bad. Again, I talk all about it in my book. I go into like details that I can't go into here, but yeah, awful. Are you still in contact with anybody from the porn industry? Yeah, I still have some friends in the porn industry. In fact, there is a new girl. I don't know how new she is, but newer as in like she wasn't in porn when I was in porn, but she actually reached out to me, and I asked if she would do a video with me, and she said she would. In fact, she was supposed to do it today, but because I'm on bed rest, I'm like, can we reschedule? And so she was like, absolutely. And her name is Peyton. So you guys can definitely look forward to a future video collab with her, and we can answer some more questions. Did Travis ever participate in foot scenes? I'm not really sure what you mean. He did a few videos with me when I was doing fetish stuff, but nothing like too crazy. How did you have sex with people you weren't attracted to? Here's some tea for you. Are you ready? I spoke about this when I went on Howard Stern, but I like having sex with like all kinds of different people. So like you don't have to be super hot for me to want to have sex with you. In fact, I think like super obese guys are super hot. Like that turns me on. I don't know why, it just does. Also, not that I would actually have sex with a dead person, but the idea of it is really hot to me. So, you know, I'm kind of into gross stuff, and I think that like one of the things that kind of screwed me up from doing porn is like most things that would turn people on don't for me, because I was just having sex with somebody who was like shaking someone's hand for me. And so because of that, it kind of makes it like harder for me to get turned on. Does that make sense? And so like certain things that maybe most people would be like, that's fucking disgusting, like turns me on. Not like anything with animals or anything like that, but like what I told you, having sex with like a super obese person or like a dead people, that's hot to me. If I'm like doing a scene and I'm not like super attracted to the guy, that doesn't mean that I don't want to have sex with him. Like I escorted, and it was probably like the hottest thing ever. It's like one of my favorite things to do, because it was like a surprise, and like you didn't really know, and I don't know, it's something hot about it. Maybe because it's like so wrong, but I don't know. Would Trav have an objection to you opening up an OnlyFans? So that's a good question. I don't know, because I've never really talked to him about it. I don't think I'd want to open an OnlyFans, at least not right now. I could change my mind in the future, but right now, like I don't really want one. I'm super active on my Patreon now, and so, you know, I kind of put a lot of my time and energy into that, and I feel like that would take OnlyFans would like take me away from that. If I ever wanted to do porn but get a good job like nursing after, is that possible? Absolutely. I hope that you learn from me in this sense that you can do whatever you want. Just because you fucked up, I'm not saying that doing porn is fucking up. Maybe to some people it is, but to me, I didn't find anything wrong with it. But most people, it's not like socially acceptable. I guess now it's becoming a little bit more and more acceptable, but you can do whatever you want. If you want to do porn when you're young, so you're like, I'm young, I want to have fun. And then like when I get older and I can't do porn anymore, I don't want to do porn anymore, and I want to settle down and have a family, like I want to do something different, you can do whatever you want. Just because society tells you that you need to do like one thing, no, fuck that. Like you do you, boo. Like do whatever you you want. But no, it could affect you getting a job in the future. So keep that in mind, you know, be a realist, but also don't let something stop you from doing something because you're scared of how other people are going to see you or treat you. Does that make sense? You know, people are gonna treat you how you treat you. I could literally answer questions like this all day long, but I feel like if someone sees a video and it's too long, they're like, fuck that, I'm not watching that whole thing. It keeps not letting me go into the Instagram. It keeps kicking me out anytime I try to go look at the questions you guys sent. How annoying. How can, oh my gosh, that was a good one. Dang it, it just freaking kicked me out again.
One eternity later.
Were there any awkward positions you had to do? Hell yeah, girl, like majority of the time. Did you meet your husband in the porn industry? No. We met on Match.com. Oh, this is a good one. Spit or swallow. Okay, so for porn, obviously, well, it depends because a lot of times they want to get the pop shot for like pictures and stuff, so you wouldn't swallow it. But if for some reason you did, I'm sure some people think that's really hot, but I'm just gonna be honest, like fucking no, gross. Literally, cum tastes so bad. Anybody that acts like they like fucking eating cum or like swallowing cum, especially like a huge load of it, oh, it literally makes me want to throw up right now. I did porn and I still think that it's gross. I don't like the way cum smells. I don't like the way it tastes. I know how to swallow it. Maybe other girls are different, but that's just me. Like, no thanks. I don't want to fucking get your cum. Do you think that it ruined your health or your reproductive system? Is that the reason why you have to do IVF? Wow, this is such a good question. So actually, I think it's probably one of the reasons. I feel like so many people have read my book, and so I feel like sometimes I'm repeating myself, but I talked about this, and basically I got gonorrhea really bad and it was left untreated for a really long time, and that could really fuck up you having a kid in the future. And so I most definitely think that that probably had something to do with it. Obviously, that's definitely a regret that I have, but you never know if that's gonna happen. But when you open yourself up to having sex with so many different people, and even though you guys are getting tested, because you know, we got tested like almost every 2 weeks, some people are just not practicing safe sex and they're having sex outside of the industry that's unprotected, and then coming in and, you know, passing it on to other people. And unfortunately that happened to me, and it made me extremely sick. I was hospitalized. I was so embarrassed to tell anybody that I didn't even tell my family. I was in the hospital alone by myself, you know, in so much pain and so sick and scared, you know, almost died, which is crazy. You don't really hear that often, but the thing is like I had gotten tested for it like afterwards, but it hadn't showed up in my system fast enough, and so I didn't know what was wrong with me. No one knew like what was wrong until it was like, you know, about to kill me, and then they're like, oh. So it was definitely scary, and again, there's pros and cons to every job. That just happened to be, you know, the cons in porn. But yeah, definitely I do think it has something to do with it. And also I have endometriosis on top of that, which makes it like even worse. So it's very hard for me to get pregnant. So yeah. Okay, I feel like this video is getting very long. I hope that I answered your questions. I am going to answer some more questions for an exclusive Patreon only video. So definitely, if you want to sign up, I'll leave the link down below so that if you want to watch more of this, you can. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video.
I hit the bottom, now I got it poppin'. Just take a good look at the way that I'm living. Working the grind, gaining respect. Every day I be getting a check. But money or not, I be something to watch. Ain't no taking my place, so watch where you step. Regardless of cash, regardless of wealth, I never got handouts, I did this myself. Prove I got something to show. Nobody got